Wait, did Otto Hightower really just say that? And why would he even suggest such a thing? Here's the creepiest thing that's happened in House of the Dragon so far. Beware, spoilers for Episode 3 just ahead. It is known that House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones have been partly inspired by real-life historical events, while at the same time being filled to the brim with creepy and awkward situations. We suppose that is to be expected, though, since real-life history has its fair share of bad decisions. As reported by BBC, author George R.R. Martin drew heavily from the real-life 14th century conflict known as the 100 Years' War in the crafting of his novels. Knowing that series creator Martin is a history buff and with fans expecting a certain amount of scheming, viewers are probably watching the actions of characters very closely. Although there are no obvious Littlefinger or Tywin Lannister types yet, certain actions from Otto Hightower are starting to raise some red flags. So far, we have seen Otto manipulate his own young daughter into marrying King Viserys, as well as antagonize Daemon Targaryen. But it seems as if Otto's recent suggestion in Episode 3 may be the creepiest power grab of all time. Episode 3 of House of the Dragon is primarily focused on lines of succession. Previously, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen was named heir to the Seven Kingdoms by her father, King Viserys, after the death of his newborn son and wife. Although there has never been a queen in the history of Westeros, Viserys is determined that he made the right choice. Unfortunately, many of his subjects and advisors openly question his decision. This issue of succession is compounded even more when Viserys marries Alicent, and she gives birth to a male heir. Named Aegon, which apparently is an exceptionally popular name among the Targaryens, the child is assumed by the realm to be the eventual new heir, so much so that other royal houses make marriage proposals aimed at Rhaenyra. The most insufferable proposal fans have seen thus far has been that of Jason Lannister, who has all of the trademark arrogance of others of the same last name.
Thank you for the wine.
Though Rhaenyra rebuffs Jason's advances and even fights with her father over his attempts to find her a suitable match, she declares that she doesn't want to marry and just wants to be queen. King Viserys then proclaims that as royalty they are honor-bound to tradition and that they must marry to strengthen bloodlines and the lines of succession. He then adds that he will not force her hand and that she can marry whomever she chooses. However, that isn't an idea Otto Hightower thinks is good, and he has an entirely different suggestion. Otto suggests that Viserys betrothed Rhaenyra to Aegon, which should immediately get viewers to recoil in disgust, as Otto honestly considers having a half-sister and brother marry each other. This isn't unheard of in Targaryen history, as they have a reputation for marrying family members for the so-called preservation of a pure bloodline. This has been previously mentioned by Cersei and Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, who justified their own relationship by referencing the Targaryen tradition of marrying siblings. Considering the political maneuvering of Otto Hightower, this makes sense, as he wants to strengthen his own grandson's claim on the Iron Throne. Since there is some debate as to who the heir will be by marrying the two siblings, there would be one unified claim. This isn't without historical precedent, as real-life royal marriage between blood relatives was relatively common up until the onset of World War I. This practice, perceived as keeping royal blood pure, often resulted in rare genetic diseases and physical abnormalities, and was also, of course, insanely gross. As previously mentioned, the Targaryens do have a habit of marrying blood relatives, and the realm often suffers for it. Whatever his reasons, Otto should not be absolved for making the suggestion. The thought of it is stomach-churning. Although he seems to have his sights on asserting control of the Iron Throne, he can also relish in his newly acquired award for creepiest advice ever.